$1,000,000, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're
is
checking for
so-
testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause
No,
they're looking for
because,
lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not
Yes.
the first one.
This one.
Times a hit.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There are two
It's
actual
two-
songs.
it's two of
Oh,
them.
well,
The
that's
second
what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
Ready?
Two.
Two.
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield, and Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice.
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in 01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is a boiled. You boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory. at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then, do you just order the two different pieces, or do you?
You
Order
say,
a
I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and then she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
We're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh. Alex. This is episode. Actually, I don't have the number written. This is 380. Yes, this is episode 380. I'm a little out of sorts because I almost didn't have us recording on the right microphone. That'd have been really bad. Yeah. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your 2025. We're a week in, and it's kind of crazy already. We've got news all over the place, and it's just football, and it's a thing. It's already
starting.
Yeah,
The year is already a thing.
Is already a thing. Okay, hold on. All right. Shoot, I was messing with my phone here. So, how is your 2025 going, Alex?
Well, we are currently 7 days, a week.
Hey,
We're already a week in.
The 7th at 7. We did it.
Hey, 7th at 7.
And we didn't push it.
We told everybody. We said we will be here on the 7th at 7, and we are here.
Oh.
Let's see here. How has the week gone? Honestly, this is probably exactly how you said it was going to be, which is the longest first week of the year ever.
Kate's messing with something.
Kate, quit it out. Get out of here. Always messing with the marker. It's been a really long, boring first week.
Yeah, it has.
But I'm okay with that because
I also said that this is going to be the longest work week because we don't have any time off and there's no holidays, right?
I know there's no holidays. We don't have any extra days. I mean, I have one day off this month.
Me too.
Do you have the same day?
Yeah, Martin Luther.
Yeah, we both have it off.
It's weird that we have that day off together.
Yeah.
Normally don't ever have a lot of days off together like we never used to. Now we're both working for essentially the corporate machine and we're getting the same time off.
I know, it's weird. It's weird. I'm still not used to just the benefits of
This way.
What are we doing?
Centering you.
The benefits of having a new job.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still which is weird because we were just kind of watching the very first episode of 2024 of our podcast, and I looked at that and I was like, there's a couple things I noticed. One, I have significant weight drop.
You do, yes.
I'm still down a whole 15 pounds from where I was a year ago. So I was I could see it in my face a lot. I was we put on I think we recorded January 8th of last year, and today's January 7th. And I was like, my God, it's been an entire year. And the first thing I noticed when we popped up on the screen was, oh, wow, I've lost some weight, which is great. Yeah, so that's going into 2025 with that. And then the other thing that was weird is you can tell on my face that I looked a little bit kind of relieved, but I was only, I wasn't even a whole 3 months into my new job yet.
Yeah.
I looked at myself sitting there in this chair and I'm like, oh my God, that Alex doesn't know anything what's about to be in front of her in 2024.
The entire year.
The entire year you're about to have. It's going to be great.
It's interesting.
With your job and your person, you as a person,
events
it's weird
in your life.
Yeah, and just everything that you're about to experience. So it's weird seeing that because there was a huge transition over 2024. A huge transition from that video to where we are now.
Oh my God, yeah. Because we went through...
I was technically, I was still I was still in training, at my new job. Early training.
Yet.
I was not free flowing at doing my new job, at my own pace, my own schedule.
You're such a different person.
I was a baby. A baby adjuster at that time, because I used to say a baby tech. I was a baby tech adjuster.
Yeah.
This time a year ago, and I'm like, oh my God. But if I think about that now, I'm like, wow, that was a year ago. I feel like that was 2 years ago.
Only a year ago is what we should say. Is it's because 2 years we were 3 years ago, completely different. I don't think I had a job 3 years ago.
2 or 3.
3. I'm
Three
celebrating.
3 years
my
ago.
third at this point.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but on this day, by the way,
on this day,
I pushed the button.
Where'd it go?
Where is this? There it is.
On
On this day. 38 years ago in 1987, Labyrinth, the video game, was released on NES. Now, I did not know that there was a Labyrinth video game. Now, I read into this. This is what the game is like. Labyrinth is a maze game similar to Gauntlet. So Gauntlet is a very fun game that I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about it with Brian before.
Yeah.
We talk about this game all the time. It's from the NES era, and then they moved it to like other systems, of course. They just haven't had one recently where it was like very similar to that. So this game, apparently they made a Labyrinth game that was similar to Gauntlet, but with a more definite goal and some adventure elements. It was based upon the film with the same name and incorporates many scenes from the movie as with areas with the maze. The goal of the game is try to collect 12 coins Sarah can use to buy back her baby brother from his kidnapper, the Goblin King Jareth. Mm-hmm. There is 1 coin in each of the 12 mazes surrounding the central castle. And this is on the NES, so that's pretty interesting. But 38 years ago, it kind of tells you how old that movie is. Came out before, obviously.
Well, yes.
So
it's an
that
amazing
movie's got to be
though.
almost 40 years old.
It's an amazing movie.
Probably is. I didn't even actually look when the movie came out.
I don't know when it came out.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. I just want to know.
I'm gonna say.
Good guess.
I'm gonna say 80. 85. That's what I think. The Labyrinth came out in 85.
Why am I not finding it on here? 86.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
It's because I was
The real question is if it has David Bowie's crotch in it. Right? I mean,
dude, I could try to pull up the screenshot.
There's certain things you don't realize.
I doubt it looks like it though.
Like
but
I watched that movie as a child, and that's not something that you just go like
I need new batteries for this
and look at. But like when you're a teenager watching it to like an adult, you're like, oh my god, how did I miss that kind of thing? Like how they make his junk look like it's just like right there.
It's really bad.
I know, but it's also like the character, like and how charismatic and everything he is and manipulative, and it just kind of like goes with it. Just have your junk just sticking out.
I'm never gonna spell labyrinth right. It's always wrong.
Labyrinth.
Well, there's the
Labyrinth.
Famicom screenshot. No, that's not right. Is that what he looks like?
There was a lot of young girls awakening in it, right? Right. Yeah, I don't know how old I was, but I mean, that hair though. There it is.
Is that the cover? I think that's the cover.
That is the cover.
All right, let me show you.
I mean, that's the cover of the movie.
Well, it's Activision, and it's got a seal of Nintendo, so yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the cover of it.
It's a great movie.
The game doesn't really look...
I wonder if like some like Gen Z or what's the new Gen Alpha? I wonder if Gen Alpha, you said like what's the oldest Gen Alpha is right now?
That doesn't look very interesting at all. Alpha? The oldest?
Yeah, what's like the oldest Gen Alpha person right now? Like I wonder if you sit that movie, if they're old enough to watch it, if you sit that movie in front of them, if they'd like it. Because I don't
not only like it, but can they
Gen Z
can
would
they
like it.
sit down and is it too slow for them?
Well, because if you talk to is my nephew, is he an alpha?
Let's find out.
Because he's really into like he thinks what we grew up with like the Polaroid cameras and stuff before the digital camera age. He thinks that is like the coolest thing right now is like he picked up, it was like sometime last summer or spring, he found my Polaroid camera that we have.
Oldest is 14.
So yeah, so he's an alpha. So if he so he pulled up my Polaroid camera and just pushed a picture, or like pushed the button and didn't realize it was a Polaroid because it looks kind of like a digital camera, and like the picture popped out and it was all black and stuff, and he's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "You just took a picture." And he's like, "I did." I'm like, "Yeah, wave it around and whatnot, and eventually it will develop." And he thought that was like the most mind-blowingly cool thing ever.
Hey. This year marks a brand new generation.
Oh no, what is it?
Generation Beta.
Oh, of course it's beta.
2025 to 2039.
So we could have a beta child, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's going to happen. If we have one, it's going to be in that time frame.
We would have to get pregnant really quick.
Why?
Because it takes 9 months to make a baby, and there's 12
We're
months.
already in the generation.
Exactly.
It just started.
Oh no, I thought you meant this year.
No, this year starts generation beta.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we're already in it. 2025.
But yeah, the other thing we found out was like over Thanksgiving, he was like, I showed him like this picture that was taken of him and me on an old older camera, like older generation camera, and he likes like the graininess.
You're
like
talking about the Polaroid that we have?
Not the Polaroid. I showed him that picture on Instagram of him and I when he was like
when we had the filters and everything that we just like.
No,
the thing about Instagram was to fill it with filters when we first, and there was no hashtags at the time.
Yeah,
like,
so he like looked at that and was like, "Oh, that's so cool. It doesn't look like real." I'm like, "Okay, that's really weird that you like that kind of stuff." There. But I wonder if you sit like the Labyrinth and those types of movies in front of like their generation, like would they enjoy it?
I wonder if my nephew, he's Gen Z, so I wonder if he would even. He's 20.
No, he's not. He's 19.
19. He'll be 20. My God.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Woo. Anyways, we're moving on. I haven't seen Labyrinth in a minute.
Anytime you want to watch it, I'm always down.
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
It's like I need a list of movies that you're always down to watch.
Labyrinth is one.
Okay. Gladiator turns out to be another now.
Oh man, Gladiator. We just threw that one on because we wanted to watch, or because we had to watch Gladiator too.
Yeah.
But we threw that one on, and I was like, I have not seen Gladiator since we watched it with Brett on the podcast like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
The show hasn't been going on for 10 years.
I know, but
we're almost
basically 10 years ago. And so it was like putting on a brand new movie because I think I've only seen it start through finish like 3 times in my entire life.
Oh my
and
God.
So like watching it again, I was like, we watched it in two different days or 2 different times back to back because I was sick and whatever. But I was like, I woke up and I'm like, can we watch Gladiator? Can we finish Gladiator? I'm like, man, this is such a great movie.
And I didn't have a problem with finishing it. It's just the problem was I didn't think
everything about that
movie.
That movie is a 10 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
I love that movie.
I mean, that's great. I forgot to put that in playing and watching because we do have that on our watching list because we did watch that before too, which we will get to reviewing here eventually.
Yeah.
But I just need a list of those. We need to do that. Let's get to our weekly update. It's been a couple weeks since we've sat down and had a chat. The big one that's gone down recently is New Year's happened, and we went and saw Brett.
Happy New Year.
We went and saw Brett and Ashley.
We did. They're doing great.
They're doing great. They're having a good time in Ohio.
They celebrated their first Christmas and their first New Year's as a married couple.
Yeah. Well, we were with them, so they didn't really celebrate it, without us.
Well, true, but I'm saying like it was there first.
Yeah, it was It was fun.
We had some drinks, played a lot of games.
I was hammered.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Ashley was hammered
I was proud of
too.
myself because I took a shot and like a legit full shot and not like a sip on the shot.
We took a shot of Sailor Jerry's.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? At 21, I would have been like, oh man, that went down smooth and it's so good and it's like really easy to take. But I will tell you what, taking a shot at 35, I went,
It was okay.
It was difficult. I mean, it was okay for you because you had already been drinking. I'd only had like a couple small 5% margaritas.
It was smooth.
Oh, it could have been worse, but I was proud of myself for taking that, keeping it down.
Well, keeping it down is not legit. You made it come back up the next day because you're like, you just wanted to make sure it was all out of your system before we have breakfast. You actually ate breakfast.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I had breakfast the next day. I mean, I didn't really have a hangover. It was just more like I mixed tequila and rum and
wine
and a bunch of junk food. So I don't think it was a hangover. I was just
not feeling
my
right.
body was like, all right, fuck the hangover. What the hell did you put in your body?
Okay, no, I told myself when I woke up.
Did you believe in yourself?
I did believe in myself. You know why?
What?
Because I had the stomach flu weeks prior.
You did.
So I was like, this ain't nothing compared to that. I was like, you can keep this down. You are fine. And I was like, oh yeah. Within like minutes, I was like, yeah, convince my body because I know what real nausea is. Yeah, hangover nausea ain't the same.
Hangover
it is
nausea
not the same. Hangover nausea is a different level, but flu nausea, stomach flu nausea.
Yeah, that's a different level.
That is a level that you cannot contain.
Yeah.
So I will say hangover nausea, I will take any day, and I can handle it really easily. And we didn't eat for a couple hours, and I was like, man, we need to devour some food.
I know.
We played some video games while we were there and played some card games.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll get this into playing and watching because with some of the playing that we did, we played the new Power Rangers game with Brett and Ashley.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think
it's fun
it's
as
fun.
a couch co-op. I don't know if it would be necessarily a super fun game to play online. I think it works like us being in the same room made it super fun.
Because we're all shouting at each other.
Yeah.
You see the energy from everybody. Yeah, because I could see.
Yeah, when we were like trying to fight Goldar or whatever, we were like doing the punchy thing,
yeah.
and Ashley figured it out, and I was like, yeah, do this.
Ashley figured out the combination of how to go faster and beat him up. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I will give that game from the first hour and a half of playing it, I'll give it like an 8.
Yeah, I do too. It was a lot of fun.
There's a little bit of repetitiveness to it, but
I know, but
maybe
it's also
that'll
like
go away.
the type of game, like arcade kind of game. That's what it is.
It's
like,
exactly
but it's
what
fun.
It is. Yeah, it's exactly. And then we also played some Mario Party, which again, your game of the year, loving it.
It's great. I love it. It also pisses the fuck out of a lot of people.
Me? Okay.
Between you and Brett.
Excuse me. Listen to me here. 2 times in a row, I've gotten 4th place. 4th. 2 times in a row. I don't win Mario Parties. I don't win Mario Parties, according to me.
You don't let ours.
But my sister says I always do.
Well, it's because we were to pop in an old Mario Party. Like, you're going to pop in the old Mario Party, and that system is going to go, oh.
We were playing Jamboree. Don't you lie.
I said if we were to pop in an old Mario Party, that system's going to go
like, probably
win. Josh is going to win.
2 is probably going to.
I'm going to make Jamboree my bitch.
Jamboree is yours. You and Ashley were like,
it's
going
fun.
crazy on that. It's a fun game. So that game is just, wild for us to always go back to. I want to play it again, just you and me. Mm-hmm. Or, people online too.
We still need to unlock another level.
Yeah, I think that's coming soon. I don't know. Hope so. Anything playing wise as well. I got a list here. You and I have gone back to Black Ops 6, and it's fine.
It's not bad.
It's
I don't
fine.
know why
it's totally fine.
Crap everybody was saying about him being like, because I haven't played it since like the beginning or end of November.
It's been a month.
Because I've been so sick.
Yeah.
And it was like during the whole month of November, I was just seeing TikToks and
December.
I was seeing TikToks and stuff of people just saying like shitting on the game. And I'm like, I popped it back in and we played with everybody last weekend and it was fine.
I think then we're talking about Warzone.
It's probably Warzone because I played Warzone a couple times and that is poop. And I can't. I don't know. We just need a brand new Warzone. Like I'm not even. I don't think you can fix that. Like it's bad.
It's beyond repair at this point.
It's
no
beyond
more patching.
repair.
Just get a brand new setup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's probably what they're talking about.
I think what they're scared of is losing all the legacy, like Fortnite, because Fortnite got it right away and they kept it up.
I guess.
I mean, they got it right as far as like keeping your stuff and like it's one game that is evolved into 1,000 other games.
We played another new game.
We did?
Marvel Rivals.
I was just about to announce that. Yes, we did try that out. I tried it out on my stream on Saturday.
Yeah.
And you did it on stream Saturday night. With me,
I like it.
I've played about 6 hours-ish worth of it.
I played about 2.5, maybe.
I would say it's got its perks. It's fun. But I don't think I can play it for a long period of time. So if I play it in the morning, I don't know if I can play it at night. So I was getting kind of like, Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
But I still, like Saturday morning, I enjoyed my entire time playing it. Mm-hmm. I think I just got burned out.
Oh.
I think it's just got
I think it's fun
because there's so much.
You have so much to learn with it, with each different character.
I think I need to just change characters, too.
That's what I was doing. I was like, I'm not going to stick with one character.
But I know I can win with Star-Lord. I know I can do well with him because he's very well-rounded for my game style. Mm-hmm. I was going to play as Iron Man, but they took him,
typically I'm like a healer, and I was playing as the healer like twice, and I was like, no.
I want you to play as Mantis.
I tried.
You did?
Yes.
I thought you would be good as Mantis.
I like to be like in the action and like shooting people.
You might like Warlock. Adam Warlock.
I haven't tried that one yet.
The only reason why I'm saying
I was just going through all the girl characters first.
Is because Warlock can team up with Star-Lord all the time, and you can always revive me.
I still have to learn that type of thing, but I thought it was fun.
And stuff. I definitely got to say I need to try out other classes. I need to find my other play style.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just one-siding this game a little bit. I'm a little narrow-minded, and I'm allowing myself to realize that. So I'm not giving up on it.
I'm just glad that we have like a new game to go to.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate on it.
We can mix things up. Like Friday we play Call of Duty, and Saturday we play Marvel Rivals, and Sunday we play something else. Like
yeah. We got to get back into Borderlands once Patrick gets his console back.
Cloak and Dagger is my bae. Yes. Yeah, you did really good with that, Brian.
I would love to play Borderlands 2 again and then get through 3 before 4 comes out.
Yeah, that too.
4, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I don't think they gave an actual date on that.
I don't know.
If they did, Alex and I only paid attention to the graphics and the villains and the heroes of the game. We didn't pay attention to like release dates or any additional text of the Borderlands 4 trailer. So we'll go back to it one day and watch it if there's been an actual date announced for it. That'd be great to know. Anyways, anything else I'm playing and watching? I've been playing some more Mario Odyssey on the off stream. You got to find an off stream game to play.
I was actually thinking the other day when I got it was like Sunday because we didn't have our game until at night. I came up here and just played some Call of Duty for a bit, and I was like, I feel like popping in some Tomb Raider again. But
you need to play. You need to find a game like Tomb Raider if you want to play something new like that. Actually, wasn't there? There's a couple of games that just came out that are very similar to that got like Game of the Year recently, I think, or like last year they did or something.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
we gotta look at other games. Market. As far as watching goes, we got a few things to get to. We watched The Last of Us Part 2 trailer. Just came out today. It's only like a minute long, and it shows characters. It shows doesn't really show a lot of zombies. A lot of the infected.
There's one scene.
Yeah, but it doesn't show a lot of them. It doesn't, or the clickers. That's what they're called.
Clickers,
yeah. But you kind of get a feel for what the season's gonna be like. A little more budget. Looks like they just put about just as much into this as they did the last one, if not more. So it's
got
good.
To see my boy.
You get to see Pedro.
My boy.
I don't know if Pedro Pascal's. I don't know if Joel dies into, or if you just like. I don't know. So you might be seeing something.
I might be sad.
You might be sad.
It's okay because The Last of Us season 1 made me cry like a fucking baby. Like I don't think I've had a.
Do you want to go back and watch it again?
Yeah. I don't think I've had. That might be one of the very first TV shows to make me ugly cry. Besides The Last of Us, like that was like I don't know what season it was, but everybody knows what episode is the first episode.
What?
The Last of Us or The Last of Us. This Is Us.
This Is Us.
Yeah.
Okay, you confused me.
Yeah, sorry. No, This Is Us is the only other one where there was one episode that like
you haven't gone back to that show, did you?
No, actually there was like 2 episodes after that episode. I stopped watching it.
Too much.
It just after that, like after this specific episode, like the drama kind of like becomes repetitive, and it's like you would hit the high point and you finally got to know how a certain thing happens without me ruining it. And I was like, well, nothing else is going to be able to really top that. It was like a peak of emotion that they could have just, I don't know. It's a great show, but no, I never actually finished it. But yeah, I think other than This Is Us, The Last of Us season 1, there's one episode in particular where you and I both like couldn't hold back. It was like
it was
ugly crying on the couch.
Tearful moment. Last night we watched the WWE Raw Netflix debut. It was essentially what I saw in reviews, a mini WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was not good. Raw. It was like, I mean, it was Raw, but it was not
pretty elite.
Raw.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Got to see John Cena come out and announce his farewell tour. So that kind of means Alex and I need to go to the Royal Rumble. If we're going to see John Cena do anything, we have to go to the Rumble, and that's at the end of this month. So it's pretty much going to happen at this point. So we got that going on. The Rock and Roman Reigns had a whole moment with a match that happened. So there's going to be something down the line there, I'm sure. Finally got to see some stories probably close up. Rhea got her belt back, and there was a good finisher with CM Punk and hey, you were like intense with Seth Rollins.
It was a great match. Yeah, it was a great match. I mean, overall, it was a really good pay-per-view.
It was a good Raw. It wasn't a pay-per-view.
Or seemed like a pay-per-view.
Hogan got booed out the building.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That was woof. But we do have to talk about one show in particular and give our full review on it. We did start and finish the entirety of season 2 of Squid Game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You already forgot about it?
No, I was actually thinking about it today while I was working.
Yeah.
I was thinking about. I don't want to say he's my favorite character, but like he's my favorite character.
The main character?
No.
Oh.
The antagonist.
You like the antagonist?
The guy with the purple hair.
Oh well.
I just thought he was like he made a good villain. Like I hated him, but he was also fun to watch.
I thought you meant the Black Mask.
I mean, I like him too,
yeah.
but like I think this season, like I was just like they did a good job with this character. So
I think they did a good job with some of the characters, but it was a very repetitive, predictable season for me. Everything that we would shout out would be like, "Oh, this is gonna happen," did. So,
but what I tried to tell, so I was talking to one of the girls at work last night, and she was like, "So is it good?" And I was like, "So it's good, but Josh will also tell you it's repetitive or predictable." And I was like, "The only reason why is because season 1, you didn't know what to expect. So every single game, every single thing that happened was like, oh my god." So.
But we had our predictions come true with most of the games that they played.
Yeah, but this time you're following along and you're like, oh my gosh, is this actually going to happen? Oh my god, this is happening. Wow, they really did do that. Now what are they going to do? So it's more like you can predict it, yeah, but how they do it is not like, okay, they did it. It's, oh yeah, they really did do that. Like it's not boring predictable. It's you follow along better. And there's still like some things you can't predict.
And then you heard the dub, like the voice actor. The
oh
American.
God, yeah. So we saw like there was a TikTok or something of a clip of the English dub. Like, do not watch it. Like with the English dub, it sounds so bad.
The
Just
subtitled
watch
version is so good because you get the real emotion, the raw emotion. And
like it's really cool to just hear the Korean language. Like it sounds like sounds really cool.
Really? Oh.
I mean, I look at, like, I watch them talk and I'm like, it's so incredibly different than English.
Yeah.
And how fluent and everything. Like, it's so, like, remarkable to see people communicate in a completely different.
They keep on throwing out this like their debt level. We have to keep on looking it up.
Yeah, we have to keep.
We just cannot fathom their millions to hundreds of thousands for us.
Yeah,
it's just.
I know. I just think it's really cool to like hear and see them communicate. And I'm like, they know what each other is saying, but if we were to step in there and we start talking, they're like, "What are they saying?" Like it's so weird and cool at the same time to like watch other people that don't speak English talk to each other so fluently, and you're like, "Wow!" And then you look down at the subtitles, and I'm like, I can't pick out any word that even remotely sounds like that word that they're saying. It's just really cool.
I think that I will give this season a 7, but only because it is short.
It is short because we got to the last 2 episodes, and I was like, there is no freaking way.
You predicted one big thing that they presented on the last episode. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No. It's way too new to spoil.
But you predicted the boat.
I did.
You predicted
that.
I
predicted that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate.
It is, but I was like, But
you're reading it the whole time.
But I like that I could do that, and they led you on, and you're like, oh, but is it? Oh, but it is. Oh, but like, and then they confirm it.
Yeah.
So it's just But yeah, it's a great season. I give it an 8. I think it's fun.
I mean, I think that I gave we probably give the first one a 9, didn't we?
Probably. I thought the first season was great.
We loved it. We loved it. It was a lot of emotion. This one seems like they wrote a little bit. The scene's a little bit longer, but the less episodes, and it's
definitely much more independent. Like the first season. The second season, you can tell, just like anything, it has like more money, more production into it.
Right.
But the first scene is very like almost like somebody caught it, like, oh wow, this person's doing this and it looks great. I bet you this will do great in America, kind of thing.
Yeah, just a lot of budget went into it, and it's a little the camera. There's more camera angles. You're seeing a better camera work in this season than you did in 1, because like there's a merry-go-round scene that you're seeing for a while, and you don't normally see the camera angles you see and the intensity that they do and the slow-mo. They did a good job with that one. But the problem I have with this season, I'm going to say this is going to kind of, I don't think this spoils the season very much. When they start a game that ends the episode.
I know.
They did it for like, I don't know how many games they did in this season. I didn't count. I know there's at least three. At least 3.
I don't know.
And when the game starts,
the first season was literally just like about the games, and
this is more about the drama wrapped around. This is more around
the drama wrapped around the games than the actual game. I mean, the games themselves are still really, really, really fucked up, but it's
Was there a moment in this one that you cried? Because you did cry in the first one. In the house scene.
I thought that there was an emotional time.
Was it in the bathroom?
No.
Okay. I thought it would be in the bathroom.
It's during the mother and it's a mother and something.
Oh, that time.
And I was like, I actually thought about it like with my own mom, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd be able to face her after that type of a scene. Like, it was just like,
I got
you could, like, they did a really good job at acting. I'll tell you that, because I was like, that felt real.
Oh man. Okay. So overall, I mean, I'm actually going to boost my score up to a 7.5 with us talking about it, because we never.
I thought
really
that's what you gave it.
I gave it a 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.5. All right, we got to move on to the NFL and fantasy. Fantasy first. I placed 4th.
I don't even know what I placed. It was probably like 10th.
No.
9th.
No, you did not place 10th. But I know you did not place very high in the ranks.
No. I mean, I tried, but it was a rough season this year.
And for the winner, there was no cash payout because nobody paid in. We found this out over New Year's. I didn't know. Brett didn't know. Nobody knew. So instead of that, we are.
Well, it's not instead. We also said this was going to be a thing.
This was also going to be a thing. And I designed the T-shirt. This is the T-shirt that is going to be given to the winner. It is the PTO Unlimited League Champion Fantasy Football 2024 edition.
Yes, I love it.
Yep. That will be given to David. He will be. We can either send it to Patrick and you can give it to him, or I've already gotten his size, so I'll be sending that out here very shortly. But the PTO Unlimited 2024 Fantasy Football League Champion. I'm going to zoom in on this. Actually, this is kind of something I did with this one, so I'm going to be doing a little bit.
I really like it, actually.
Yeah.
It's a very like.
Let me see if I can zoom
patriotic /
right down
football-y. I don't know. Like, I'd wear it proud
if
I won.
Well, anyway, there's a microphone in the middle of this. It won't let me zoom in for
Mhm.
some reason, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be
like
given away. We'll be doing that next year as well.
We've got good things happening in the chat. People like the shirt.
They do. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll be doing another one for the next season. Might be different. Might be the same style. Who knows? Whatever my creative mind comes up with at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got to do some NFL chat. Score or not? We're not going to go over the scores. We're going to go over playoff. The playoffs are happening.
I don't think we have to go over like games. I think that's going to take too long if we do that plus going over predictions.
Well, we've got the playoff board to go over to at least look at, and then we're going to do the Super Bowl predictions. We have our bold predictions, which are like our fantasy predictions, and we have our realistic predictions. I mean, let's be real. We got to be real here. Predictions cannot always be 100% straight. Behind us is Green Bay and the Eagles. Sorry, the brackets messed it. So this is how it shows up. The only reason we're not talking about the NFL too much is because Monday night's game was Sunday night's game was trash. So we're not too keen on that.
I had a gut feeling that it wasn't going to be good. I really did.
Do you think?
I woke up and I was like, it's not going to be good.
Do you think we needed that to move us in? Some people are saying yes.
We could use that momentum, but it was also like, we were on such a high horse for so long that I think that I think our defense did amazing. We're talking about the Vikings, by the way.
Yes.
I think our defense
did their job.
Did amazing, but I think
they got exhausted by the third quarter.
They did, but like honestly, a lot of it, unfortunately, I think falls on Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's just got that young spotlight. nervous, like, because he wasn't playing like his normal self. He was
not this year's normal self.
He did
we
not.
should say.
He like watching all these
Yeah.
games and watching what happened Sunday night was like he is shook. Like he's not ready right now. So that makes me nervous for the playoffs. But
playoffs,
we'll see.
They can go into a different mentality. They're
They
going
could.
into LA. So here's the bracket. We got Minnesota Vikings in the 5th seed going up against the 4th seed LA Rams. The Commanders in the 6th seed going up against the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're going there. And then you got Green Bay going up against Philadelphia. That game we need to kind of talk about before we move into like our predictions. Then we got on the AFC side, we got the Chargers going into Houston against the Texans. 5th and 4th seed. 6th seed Steelers are going against the 3rd seed Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. And then you got the 7th seed Broncos with their rookie quarterback going into Buffalo, the 2nd seed. It's going to be kind of crazy. The big thing about the Eagles and the Packers game, Jalen Hurts is not concussion cleared. And the Green Bay Packers just lost one of their star wide receivers.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game.
So I don't know how this is going to go down. People are saying that the Eagles can pull through because they have Barkley, which is true. But the Packers do have a good run defense. They did stop Aaron Jones a couple times a couple weeks ago.
They did that. Yeah, they're not bad.
They got a good run defense. So if Saquon Barkley can break through that, I think the Eagles might have a chance to pull through. But I mean, let's be moving on to our predictions here. How are we moving on here? Like, what do you think? Now, here's how the Lions and Chiefs matchup works. Whoever the lowest seed that moves forward goes against them. So like for example, if the Commanders beat the Bucks or the Packers beat the Eagles, they'll be going up against the Lions before the Vikings or the Rams do. So
do we have to do this, or are we just going to predict?
Oh no, I'm just telling you that.
Are we just going to predict these games?
What do you mean?
Like, are we doing the entire thing?
We're just saying who's going to go AFC, who's going to go NFC. Super Bowl predictions.
Oh,
we're not going
that's
down
what
the
I mean.
line.
Like the entire thing.
No, but I'm just telling you that's how the bracket works. So,
okay.
Who do you think is going to be going to the Super Bowl? Give your fantasy prediction and realistic prediction. Do you want me to go first?
No.
What do you think?
My fantasy prediction is that the Vikings are going to take the NFC.
Okay. That is a fantasy, but it can be a reality if they can get past the Lions. And the Eagles, of course. I mean, the rest. So, Rams can be, they can be testy. So we'll see how that goes.
But here's the thing. I also think that we might go to the Super Bowl.
You think we could do it?
Yeah.
Because of how well
that's all I'm gonna say. Like, I just feel wrong trying to elaborate any more than that.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it.
There is a path, and the path can be one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say, for example, if the Packers or the Commanders win their games, the Vikings will not be going up against the Lions in their first game.
I also have like this gut feeling that it's just
we're tired.
It's not. Yeah, we're tired, and it's not our year. But that's like the mentality of a Vikings fan.
Right.
So, but I'm just gonna both. I'm gonna say fantasy. Fantasy is Vikings, and like I'm just gonna say Vikings the whole way. AFC
is such a toss, dude. It's such a toss. Because you got the Bills in there. And then you got the Ravens.
I think
Chiefs have a good defense.
So, all right. So I don't think the Chiefs are going.
I don't think they are. I don't know if they're going to get past the first round.
I don't think the Chiefs
their
are
first
going.
round, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fantasy is going to be Vikings versus Baltimore.
Ooh,
fantasy.
A lot of purple.
So purple versus purple.
That's an interesting
But
take.
I think it's going to be Vikings versus Bills.
Bills have met in the Super Bowl before. Or not to each other. They have lost. Bills went, I think, 3 in a row, 2 in a row, 3 in a row. They, and the Vikings have gone and lost. So if they both go, one of them has to go out the winner and break that streak.
Mm-hmm.
They both have gone, not against each other, but they both have gone. My fantasy prediction is Vikings Bills. My reality prediction is Lions Chiefs. But that's only because the first seeds have basically all gone for like 70% I think. So
yeah, it's a top percentage. It is.
That royally blows because I don't want the Lions to go, but everyone's like, oh, but they've been clawing their way out. What has Minnesota done? What have we done? I mean, I don't understand where people are like coming from here. Everybody else on this board, aside on the NFC, has won a Super Bowl except for the Vikings and Lions. Everyone else has won one.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I'm like, give it to the NFC North. I preferably the Vikings, but that's of course my biased opinion. But the Lions can do it. The Lions can. They've got a good defense or offense. I mean, their defense apparently can shake anybody. So I don't know. It's just a sad thing to see because I don't like to see these terrible Lions fans coming out of the woodworks. They are not nice online. And I hear that they're not good in person either. So people are comparing them to like, how some Cowboys or Philly fans can be. They're comparing Detroit to that.
Yeah, but I think that's also just
that's very unfortunate.
Being biased or not biased.
No, not biased. I mean, I'm seeing.
I think that that's just like every single team has their own.
There is a toxicity to every team. Yes.
Yeah.
Ours is.
And you know what? It's always the bad people that you see in the news and on stories more than the good people, and they're gonna do that. So I'm not gonna say all Lions fans are horrible or the fans are horrible.
I'll speak for Vikings fans. Our toxicity trait is that we give up too easily. Because we've seen it all. That's our toxic trait. That sucks. Yeah. But it is what it is. But anyways, so that's our Super Bowl predictions. They're kind of boldish, kind of reality. I mean, I don't know what you guys think is in our chat, how it's going to go, but there's a lot of predictions, that are pretty straightforward on that. What do you got in chat? You reading some?
Yeah, people are talking and responding to us here. We've got Patrick says Buffalo went and lost 4.
4, that's what it was.
Lions have never been to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Vikings lost in the Super Bowl against the Raiders. The only thing good I can say positive right now about the Raiders is go Raiders.
I cannot believe they fired their head coach.
I know.
It's
Give him
not
a
the
chance,
coach's fault.
man.
He only had 1 year.
Give him a chance.
Give him another year.
Yeah.
Well,
last Viking Super Bowl appearance was in 1975. Never won.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, think it's Bills, Lions for the Super Bowl. AFC is a toss-up because Lamar needs to get past the playoff choke, as does Allen. Yes, I agree with that.
Right.
Kansas City defense will lead them to the championship game, but their offense won't win in a shutout.
A shutout? That's a bold prediction.
Shootout.
Shootout, not shutout. Okay, so I mean, that's not awful bold predictions and thoughts right there. The fact that the Lions could go is fine.
Yeah,
it is what it is. And I'll root for them if they go, of course. But if it's Lions,
I can also,
Chiefs,
for some odd reason, see the Lions versus the Bills. I don't know why, but I feel like the Bills are going. Like
Bills
I have a
momentum.
very strong feeling the Bills are going.
I agree. Very strong.
Yeah, I have a very strong feeling the Bills are going.
If the Vikings go, it'll be an interesting game. I mean, had they not played
it'll
the
either
way
be blue
they
versus
did,
blue or purple versus purple.
that's a good statement there. I had wished that the Vikings performed a little bit better on Sunday night and showed up a little bit, but you can't do everything. They can't do everything. You can have your bad times, and hopefully that doesn't persist.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to go into the movie club movie. This one was your choice for the movie club, and you chose Gladiator. The reason why I say it that way is because when they showed the frickin' logo on the screen, it had the 2 eyes show up as the eye.
Yeah.
As opposed to being a 2 or something. I thought it was stupid. just in my opinion. But Gladiator 2. And before that we watched 1. That way we could just kind of lead ourselves up to it just to see if we needed to. Yeah. Anyways, so Gladiator 2. 16 years after Marcus Aurelius's death, Rome is ruled by corrupt twin emperors Geta and Caracalla. Hold on, I gotta get this closer. Aurelius's grandson Lucius Verus Aurelius lives under the alias Hanno with his wife Arishat. After his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. Starring Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, and Joseph Quinn. This movie came out this year, and critics give this a 71%. Fans give it an 82%. The budget on this movie was $310 million, and the box office $449.6. So it failed in the box office. Very unfortunate. Let's take it away on our thoughts on this movie, and then get into a little bit of the facts.
So it is very new, so we can't do really.
We're not going to go heavy spoilers.
We're not going to do.
We're going to go into some scenes though, probably, because I do have some facts about at least one of the scenes, maybe a couple. So, yeah, what'd you think?
I liked it.
You did? I did too.
I liked
it. It was entertaining. It had some good moments. You got to see what I was talking about, where they filled the Colosseum with water.
Yeah.
Got to see some ship battle.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And you didn't believe me when they did that. And then literally 10 minutes later, it's up on the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, they used to fill those with water and do ship battles. You're like, really? How'd they get them in there? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Spaceship brought him in.
But they did it, and it was pretty intense scene right there. It was very very interesting.
Came out this year? No, it came out 2024.
2024. Sorry.
Sorry, we're in a new year.
Well, it I don't think it's out physically yet. I know it's on digital, but I don't think it's out physically yet. So it might be coming out this year. Okay. Joseph Quinn. That's do you know him by name now?
Well, when you say his name, I know who he is. Yes.
That's
Eddie.
Eddie from
Stranger
Things. So he has been in a few movies that we have watched. In this one, he's basically a lunatic and presents it very well. He's a loony. He and his brother are just.
His brother's even more of a loony.
Apparently is infected with an STD.
Some type of weird STD or I don't know. They never really said, but he's cuckoo.
Yeah. So these twin brothers run Rome. There's some fact to that. It actually happened.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's fact or fiction with any of these movies.
It's fabricated with factoid names, I should say, because some of these people did exist. Commodus existed. Marcus Aurelius existed.
Yeah, see, I didn't know any of that. I always thought it was just fake.
Not all of it. The events, some of the portrayal of them are, but a lot of their names were in history. So. Some people just haven't seen the first Gladiator or seen the Gladiator movies because it's just not their style. This one has a lot more action to it. It's less slow than the first one. The first one has a lot more, I'd say, slower, dramatic scenes where you're pulled into the scene a little bit more. This one, you're just you're popping in and out of scenes, and it's not as gathering. It's not as you don't get a full environment kind of feel. Because I don't think the cinematography was the same.
No,
it
wasn't.
Didn't feel.
No.
But there was a lot of, I would say, carbon copy sequelism to this. Like, the main character...
I very much agree with
falls out, goes to the Colosseum, moves on up in the Colosseum, becomes a leader in the Colosseum, becomes a freaking... heads are spinning. It's essentially got similarities to one, almost to where you're almost watching the same movie.
Yeah.
But Denzel Washington's in it, and he definitely makes the scenes perk up. He's got some energy about him. I enjoy seeing him on the screen, but you can't tell what accent he's doing half the time.
I know.
Because he's giving the Denzel Washington like head nod and chats and stuff, and apparently there was he kissed another guy on camera, like they did a scene of it and they cut it entirely. He had like a full.
Well, that would take away from his.
I don't know if it would take away.
I mean, you get the idea that he's kind of.
He's sexually charged.
Yeah.
Very.
But I think that
his character.
I think that doing that would take away. I think it would take away from his character. I think that they made a great choice in doing that. Because you could see it go either way based off of how he's building his character, but
right.
Yeah, I just don't think that would have been good.
What do we want to say on this review? As far as like the main character is not as interesting as Russell Crowe.
No.
He's not.
I did not give, to be honest, like, so I liked the movie, but I didn't give two shits about the main character. I didn't. I was like, if he dies, he dies. Like that's how I felt. I was like, I don't really care. I very much kind of predicted the
plot.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember how the movie ends. I forgot.
Oh.
You'll have to remind me.
And
because I remember everything else but that.
There's a lot of forgettable moments in it.
Which I think.
And we just watched that movie, and I still have images and scenes from the first Gladiator going through my head that I'm like, wow, that was a great scene. Wow, that was a great scene.
Joaquin Phoenix was psycho in that movie.
And you know what? So what's great is like Joaquin Phoenix.
He did such a good job being that.
Commodus.
Yeah.
So I hated like that character.
Me too.
I hated it, but at the same time, it's also taking it from like a acting point of view, going, he is nailing this character. Like this is amazing. Like this is great.
He's Joffrey
acting.
from Game of Thrones. He was a good
and
villain.
Then you've got the twins in this one, and I'm like, yeah, they're loony, but like I don't care.
You know what? Here's how I can compare these two movies in video game form. Gladiator is Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 3 is Gladiator 2. It's like you don't really
it's fun, but you don't really care.
But they're kind of like
it's
poppy,
forgettable.
like whatever.
It's forgettable, and I feel like it was kind of I think I held this movie to a higher standard, which I'm really like. I don't want to make it sound like it's a horrible movie, but
you have to hold it up because
definitely. If you hold, I don't think it holds a light to the first Gladiator.
No, it doesn't. It does not. But it has some cool scenes that they couldn't do in the first one.
I don't think you can watch this movie and enjoy it without watching Gladiator 1.
And you can't really enjoy it because of Gladiator 1.
And you can't really, the first Gladiator. Yes, it's good, and it's got its perks, but
right.
I mean, overall, I don't think that they should have made another Gladiator 2 or another Gladiator movie.
If they did,
I just think you got like people in their prime, like acting wise and whatnot in the first Gladiator, and then you've got this, and it just doesn't like capture. I didn't get the oohs and ahs and waking up the next morning and going, holy shit, let's go ahead and like, do you want to watch the rest of Gladiator 2? Like, I mean, I was craving to just put Gladiator back in again. Like,
did you enjoy Pedro Pascal in this movie? He was pretty throwaway for me too.
He was a throwaway character. I'm not saying that his acting was bad, but I thought he would have he did have a significant part, but again, like a lot of the characters, if not all of them, were just like forgettable.
That's a way to put it. But I didn't hate the movie. The movie has its own like stuff to it that's great. Like that battleship scene was fun to watch.
It was fun, yeah. I mean, like the actual like Coliseum scenes and stuff are
all the Gladiator
fun,
fights are great.
But
to see.
like
Every
you
single
seriously,
one.
You even cared in the first Gladiator about the friends that are in like the prisoners and the slaves with
they all have
Maximus.
Side stories and stuff.
And you're like, you care about them, but like this one, I don't give two shits. Nope. I don't care.
Nope.
Like, I want to know where what's-his-face's friend that buried, like, at the end of Gladiator 1, where he, like, he's free and he, like, buried the...
I can't say his name right,
I don't know his name.
It starts with a D, but it's Jimon Hinsu. I think that's how you say his name. That's the actor's
But
name.
like, I want to know how.
Where's he?
Where's he? And I was excited to see him, and like, I don't know. It's yeah.
Exactly. So we got some facts about this movie that I'm gonna spout out here. Most of them are fine. I don't think there's any. I'm gonna make sure I don't spoil anything.
Please.
I'm gonna try not to. So this one's kind of funny. In an interview, Ridley Scott said that he sold the Kingdom of Heaven set to the Moroccan government for $10 because it was cheaper than dismantling it. He then had to hire it from the same government to use in this movie.
Okay.
So he made a set for the movie Kingdom of Heaven.
Yes.
He reused that set for this movie.
Okay.
But he sold that set off because he didn't want to dismantle it. Then he had to rent the set from the Moroccan government.
Okay.
When they went over there to film. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of like a irony. So there is a rhinoceros fight in this movie where there's some rhinos inside the Colosseum.
Yeah.
It was originally meant to be in the first Gladiator.
Okay.
But they couldn't get the effects to make it look real enough.
They still didn't.
I don't think they really did either. They exaggerated
they
the rhinos
didn't.
a little
The
bit
rhino
too much.
looked fake as hell.
And of course, rhinos are actually impossible to tame, so that was another reason.
Yeah, I know. Where the hell are you going to get a real rhino that's going to be safe to have on set? Okay.
Do you remember the baboons in the Colosseum? The baboon scene. Well, anyways, there's a baboon sequence. You don't remember it?
Yeah, I do. They look fake.
They were prosthetic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they look fake.
No, prosthetic means real. And then CGI'd over. So here it is. In the sequence, Ridley Scott cast 12 very small stuntmen. Some of them are not children, but tough teens, quite tiny. He dressed them all in black tights and put tiny whiskers on them as well. And they went to war with stuntmen, so it became a stuntman brawl of savagery. So then I had to physically record all of the actors, remove the guys from the black tights, put in wireframes of baboons where it looks good. You then put in flesh and hair, and that's how you do it. So that's how they CGI'd the baboons. So they did them practically, and then they removed them.
I know, it didn't look good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, some of the animal stuff they could have done better. The boat scene. They began shooting it in the summer heat of 110 degrees in the summer of 2023. And then there was an actor's strike, so it was shut down for 3 months. They finished shooting the boat scene in 50-degree weather.
Whew, that's a big.
That's a big change in January of 2024. So they had a 60-degree change in that boat scene.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very interesting. Once Pedro Pascal was locked in for the project, Ridley Scott and the Paramount Pictures president and co-presidents pushed hard for a star of the other major role of the film, and they took a shot at Denzel Washington. When the offer was first presented, it was unknown whether he would actually do it. Washington is known for his great taste in projects and doesn't sign up for just anything, especially sequels. So a meeting with Scott soon followed with Denzel Washington, and the director gave his pitch, and Washington was all on board. So they wanted it to be star-studded. The first one wasn't. It was just Russell Crowe, and he was a nobody.
Yeah, but that
boosted his career.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a great movie with him.
Eagle-eyed viewers may spot an unnamed bearded character with a white robe bearing a strong resemblance to Proximo, who was from the first one, in a couple of shots in the back of the Emperor's box, which doesn't make sense, because doesn't he die? It's just a subtle nod to the actor. So, Russell Crowe was not asked to return or involved in the sequel in any way. Ridley Scott stated that Maximus died in the original, spoiler alert,
Yeah,
and the plot is already locked down, so he saw no need to consult Russell Crowe on anything.
I'm happy they didn't do that. Yeah.
Crowe admitted in interviews that this sequel being made without his involvement made him feel a tinge of melancholy, a tinge of jealousy due to his fond memories of playing Maximus in his prime, and how his success opened up many doors for him. Mm-hmm. He also felt slightly uncomfortable with having no say in what the sequel would do to his character, stating a couple of things that he's heard. He's like, no, that's not a moral journey of that particular character. It's like he was just hoping that they wouldn't ruin his character. So the film never explains how the emperors came to power, the twins. In real life, after Commodus died, there was a quick succession of 5 monarchs who fought for power in 193 CE, called the Year of the Five Emperors, sending the Septus Severus taking the throne, or ending with Septimus Severus taking the throne and the Senate's with the Senate's approval. Septimus resigned after 18 years before he was succeeded by his sons, Geta and Caracalla, who he made co-emperors in the years before his death. Both men were unrelated to Marcus Aurelius and his children Commodus and Lucilla. So they actually happened in real life.
I did not know that.
At the beginning of the movie, Lucius is introduced as Janus. In the Roman mythology and ancient Roman coins, Janus was a double-faced god, foreshadowing his true identity as Lucius. So that's interesting because Janus is the name in GoldenEye of 006's character after he comes back as the other character. Ridley Scott didn't need to pay Russell Crowe for anything or need his permission to reuse his footage from Gladiator 2000 as per Crowe's original contract in this sequel. However, he nonetheless paid him $50,000 as a goodwill gesture.
They didn't use
They used his voice.
They did?
Yeah, a couple times. You hear voiceovers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing that you didn't already hear in the first one.
I guess.
So, but yeah, I think it was fine. I think it was a good movie on its own. I don't know if it was a sequelized, feeling for me. Give it a 7.5.
Maybe like a 6.5.
Oh, you didn't like it that much?
It was like it's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was but just like compared to the first Gladiator, like it's almost like if they didn't link the two together, it would have been fine on its own, maybe.
Yeah.
But the fact that they link the two movies together make it less good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one's going to be my choice. And this has to be paired with another movie because we have 2 weeks. We have time. We can do that. We're going to do Nosferatu.
Woohoo!
And we're going to pair that with Shadow of the Vampire, which is the movie that Brian keeps on telling us to watch about Nosferatu. That has Willem Dafoe in it.
So we have to watch that one first?
I think so.
Like, are they connected?
No. Well, I can't really say that they are. Well, let me see. The plot of Nosferatu right here first. A gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Mm-hmm. That's the plot of that.
Okay.
Shadow of the Vampire. I think that's the one that... Hold on. Why is that doing that? Okay. Has John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe. The filming of Nosferatu, a symphony of horror, is hampered by the fact that its star, Max Schreck, is taking the role of a vampire far more seriously than seems humanly possible. So it's more of a behind-the-scenes movie of them acting.
All right.
Yeah, it's an interesting take on it, and it has Willem Dafoe and John Malkovich in it. So we'll have to check that out too. The only reason is because we're going to be seeing Nosferatu, and we're told to pair that up or watch that.
Shadow
as well.
of the Vampire is kind of a mockumentary of the filming of the original film. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it wrong.
So what about this? Denzel Washington doesn't do sequels?
Equalizer 2 was his first sequel.
Oh.
And then he did the third one.
Mm-hmm.
This was a sequel that he did. He never did sequels. Yeah. He only did like John Q, American Gangster. I don't know. What were all those movies that he did like in the mid 2000s that were like one-offs of just like...
I don't know.
He did that one with Gerard Butler. Was it Law Abiding Citizen? I think that might have been the one. Anyways, but Denzel Washington only does regular original movies. He never did sequels. I thought you knew that. I don't think we've seen Equalizer, so we haven't seen any of those. Probably should. It's interesting. Losing my voice here. We have to talk a little bit about what's coming out in the upcoming year of 2025. We have a lot of movies coming out, and you were talking to me about this the other day. You're like, you don't know what to look forward to in movies.
Yeah.
And I'm about the same way because, like, we got movies coming out, and we've also got video games coming out. But I have a list here of compiled of other movies that we got to look forward to.
Okay.
We've got Captain America coming out in February, which I think they just released a new trailer for that, and I keep on hearing bad things about that movie.
We'll see.
Yeah, Marvel hasn't been doing
hot.
That's
a good way of putting it.
I don't know, like, there's a good stretch here of bad. Like Snow White, Minecraft, those are coming out.
Boo.
Yeah.
Not watching them.
I know. There's that Mickey 17 movie coming out. I think that's that horror movie, isn't it?
I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar.
And then we got a big stretch of good movies coming out. We got the Thunderbolts movie. That could be good. I don't know about Lilo and Stitch. Probably not. We got the Mission Impossible movie coming out in May, which I have to rewatch.
Well, yeah, we just have to rewatch it
because it's a long movie and I missed 10 minutes of it and I was lost the entire
it was
way.
a great movie, but yeah, we should probably rewatch it.
There is a John Wick movie coming out this year called
isn't it a spin-off though? Yeah,
called Ballerina.
Yeah, it's interesting because
and I don't know her name, but it stars her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know her name.
I don't know what she was in recently.
It could be a thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's big shoes to fill if Keanu Reeves is not in it.
Well, Keanu Reeves just stated that he doesn't know if he can even do John Wick anymore.
I don't blame him.
I feel bad for him.
He doesn't need to. He's done enough.
I just feel like 4 was just such a letdown for what it was, in my opinion. Just my opinion on that. I don't know if we're going to see the live action How to Train Your Dragon. We saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
28 years later comes out June 20th. And I don't think it can come out any sooner.
That's going to sell out. That's one of those movies that I feel like we're going to have to get tickets as soon as it goes on sale because I feel like it's going to sell out that quick.
And it might get ruined and spoiled if we don't see it.
I feel like it's one of those things.
It might have to be the night of movie, or if they do a midnight, I might want to because I don't know why. It's just I feel like that movie.
No, that would definitely be like a midnight release movie that we haven't done one of those in forever.
No,
but that's something I would be willing to go to as soon as it comes out.
And then a week later, we got Megan 2.0.
Megan, the first one was good, but
is it theater worthy?
Yeah, is it theater worthy?
I don't know. That's a good question because theater prices are expensive. July 2nd, we got a new Jurassic World coming out.
That'll be interesting.
Maybe we should try to get Brett and Andrew on the podcast again.
That's a good idea.
July 11th.
That's around
or July 2nd. I'm sorry, July 2nd.
Birthday. Isn't Brett's birthday in July?
It is.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if he wants to do that, and we can do another aftercast of Jurassic Park again. Get back all together for it. Yeah, they're making another one, Jurassic World Rebirth. July 11th is the new Superman movie, which we saw the trailer for.
It actually looks pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited about that one.
It could be good. I am looking forward to it.
I am hopeful.
Hopeful, yes. Well, because Man of Steel was fine, and it was
Mm-hmm.
fine. It was good. And then, we didn't hate. We liked the Justice League, the Snyder cut, so we at least like that. July 25th, we got the Fantastic Four movie, First Steps. That's gonna have Pedro Pascal in it. He plays Mr. Fantastic.
We'll see. I don't know.
And you're like, yeah, you are.
I don't know. I don't know if it's if that's a good role for him.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Could be good. August 1st, we got the reboot of The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
So I'm actually excited for that
because we've seen how he can be in comedy.
So, but he also has some big ass shoes to fill.
He does. Leslie Nielsen was a treasure when it came to the Naked Gun series. So I gotta say,
he's gotta know to be prepared for criticism.
Yep. And then we've got The
Sorry, I did not get a lot
sequel.
of sleep last night.
Yeah, Alex and I. That's why I got bags under my eyes. If you look, past couple nights, Alex and I have not.
We have
well.
not slept well at all, which is crap because we're feeling better, so we should. But yeah,
it is what it is. August 8th, the long-awaited sequel to Freakier Friday, with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan coming back.
I'll probably watch it. It's not going to be theater worthy.
Yeah,
but I'll
agree.
probably watch it.
I agree.
Just because, I actually did like the first movie growing up. So,
September 5th is The Conjuring: The Last Rites.
We're watching it.
We've been watching all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them all. We got to continue with the Annabelle movies. We gotta get along with those.
Yeah.
September 26th, we got the new Saw movie, Saw 11. We haven't even seen 10. Probably will. I'll probably have to watch that without you if you don't want to see it.
You might have to.
I know you say that. October 10th, we got Tron Ares. I'm enthusiastic about that because I like Tron. I
like Tron, but
this Legacy was good.
I can see that. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to see. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you looking forward to October 17th? Because that's when The Black Phone 2 comes out.
Ooh. Yeah.
First one was really
great.
interesting.
I really liked that one. That was good. I like Black Phone.
October 24th, we get the Mortal Kombat sequel from the
I
reboot.
was okay with that.
And we did not mind the first one.
I didn't mind
There was no tournament. I know. Maybe
but
they'll bring it in this one.
I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was fun.
Yep. They're continuing on with the Predator series on November 7th with a new Predator movie, I guess.
I guess.
At the end of this year, we've got some bangers, all right? We got Now You See Me 3.
Yep.
Which 2 was good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the third one can be just as good. The Running Man reboot, which I guess could be all right. I like the original. Zootopia 2, I'm fine with. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. We get FNAF 2.
We get FNAF!
Yep.
Woo!
Oh,
we get
man.
another FNAF movie.
Yep.
We should review that with Patrick. What do you think? You think we should do a live podcast?
We do it after FNAF.
After FNAF podcast with Patrick.
He's got to see the first one, though. I don't know if he's seen the first one, but an after FNAF.
After FNAF with Patrick.
I know we don't really care about this, but some people might. The end of the year caps off with the Avatar third movie, Fire and Ash, which we didn't even see this. I turned off the second one.
I didn't even see it.
Turned it off. Don't even care.
Crystal said that they did see the first one.
They did?
Yeah, she's laughing.
I don't know if they saw or liked it. I mean, I don't know if they liked it. I'll have to ask her if they say whatever. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on this episode? Otherwise, we can
FNAF After Dark. Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
The After FNAF After Dark.
The After FNAF After Dark podcast. After Dark After FNAF Awakens.
You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. So yeah, we did our Super Bowl predictions. We did our unveiling of the
we have
PTO
our fan
shirt.
topic.
We do have our fan topic. We did. Wait, what? We do. Wait, do we still?
We have.
Do we still have it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We have to end with the FNAF.
With the fan topic. I apologize.
We have to end with the FNAF question.
My brain wasn't working on that one. I was ready.
Yeah.
Ready to wrap up, but no, we do have to get to the fan question.
That's our last thing.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me get that up here with the. Aha! There it is. Are you all right?
I'm hungry.
And you're falling apart.
I'm hungry and I'm tired. And I want to curl up.
What crazy item or event is on your 2025 bingo card? You're absolutely right. We did not cover this, and I am sorry because we did talk about our 2024 stuff. That's probably why I thought we talked about this.
No, I just mentioned some of the 24 stuff.
My meme that I made for this one was Pepperidge Farm Remembers meme. Remember when we looked forward to the new year and what it would bring rather than fear of another potential apocalypse? Pepperidge Farm remembers, which is extremely true because I remember back in before 2012, before we dreaded the year coming up, it was more like, all right, it's going to be fine. Just a new year, whatever. No one had any apocalyptic visions that were huge other than Y2K or whatever. And I don't know, whatever. So we got some crazy stuff, but Alex wants to revisit what we predicted for this year.
And if anybody was right.
Because we did have some fans answer
that were
for
right.
that. And they were right.
There was
some stuff. So go ahead.
So watching last year's podcast, I wrote everything down because it was exactly a year ago, almost to the day, that we did our 2024 predictions.
Yeah, it was on January 8th is when we did it. So we're not far off.
Joshua predicted that there would be a Nintendo Switch successor announcement with the price and date of release.
I knew it was too soon, and they still have yet to do it, but it's got to happen this year. It's got to. It's not my prediction for this year because it has to. It's the console cycle. They don't have a choice.
You said that the Lions would lose
to the Browns.
To the Browns
this year. Like, they'd have to get in this year.
Yeah.
Lions can still get in. I'm half going in with that.
Halfway there, though.
Browns
would lose, or the Lions would lose to the Browns in the Super Bowl.
The Browns finished their season, 3-3?
3 and something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You also you kind of predicted this. You said that the new Call of Duty would be not Black Ops 6, but you said it would be called Black Ops 5 because technically
Cold War was 5.
Cold War was kind of like
5. So I didn't know about that.
But you did say we'd have basically a brand new Call of Duty release, which we did.
Which was going to bring it back to its roots.
It kind of did.
For a little bit, and then people started complaining about regular matchmaking, which we don't do.
You talked about it being more of a remaster of a mix of a bunch of different Black Ops together, which I mean,
I still
want. We get some old maps, but that's kind of a typical thing. You also said it would have more of a 90s feel to it.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
It is in the 90s.
It is. Those were your predictions.
Yeah.
For me, there was a couple different ones. I said that we were going to have a COVID 2.0, kind of some kind of bigger sickness or pandemic happen, and I predicted it to be around October. I'm not too far off. We do have some really shit things going on right now where it's almost like we have a pandemic of
the stomach flu.
We've got a stomach flu going around that's hitting everybody nationwide, and we also have what I had, which is a bunch of people getting pneumonia, but negative for anything that usually causes it, like the flu or RSV or
bronchitis,
and that kind of stuff. So there is that going on, and I've seen it a lot on TikTok where people had the exact same symptoms I did, was negative for everything, and it's taken 5 weeks.
Voice
overnight.
Yeah,
overnight, 6 hours. It was gone.
The night after Christmas, she couldn't speak.
Yep, I was gone. I was in the ER twice for this, but yeah, for 5 weeks straight, and I just finished my antibiotics, and I've been sick since the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that I was semi right about that. Not October, but November. I also said that there would be some type of alien footage, leaked alien footage of that would go viral, basically, of actual aliens.
Not really.
I'm not really right about that, but
you're not really wrong.
But I'm not really wrong about actual footage of whatever's up in the air starting in New Jersey right now, and that's all over the United States and no, the world.
They did have that one court case where those people
we did back in November, they did have that, the government basically came out and said, yeah, aliens or this is real, and nobody flipped out about it.
Yeah, they didn't have anything.
So I was semi right about that one. I also said that there would be some kind of big event around the eclipse. Nothing really happened.
No, it was a good eclipse.
It was a great eclipse, though. We got to see it for an extra minute and a half than we usually did.
Yeah.
I also said there would be a big space event, which I don't think.
Well, aren't the planets aligning?
The planets are aligning January 25th, so that's not 2024.
Right.
I said that there would be some type of big government, the government running tests on us, kind of thing, without us knowing.
Jeez, you predicted
I did.
that?
I was in some kind of weird conspiracy thing.
Zone. Which we don't know.
The other really big thing I yelled multiple times, which I was right about. I don't know why, but I yelled multiple times. Indiana will have its first earthquake in forever. I said we are going to have an earthquake. We're going to have an earthquake there. Indiana will have a freaking earthquake in 2024. Well, guess what? A few weeks ago, Indiana had actually not even an hour or so north of us, there was a 5.4 or some kind of, I don't know. I shared it. There was an actual decent sized earthquake, and I was like, holy shit, there was an earthquake, and I didn't even feel it.
Uh-huh.
And then the last thing I said was there was going to be a super large, like catastrophic earthquake in California.
There was a
which I'm sure
hefty
you guys had your
one.
regular earthquakes, but I don't know if there was any huge ass big. You guys had a tornado. Like there was that. So our fan predictions. I wrote the fan predictions down too.
There were a few answers.
Arrow, our friend Arrow, got his right.
What was his?
And his just happened like at the end of the year.
What was it?
Arrow said, I'm going to, predicting that I'm going to take a lucky girl to New York City. What the hell did he just post in our chat? That he took a girl downtown to New York City.
He also took us.
And he took us.
If
so that kind
you
of
were a
works. Yeah, I
lucky
was
girl.
alive, I'm a lucky girl. So yes, his was right.
Or I mean, Josh was a lucky girl.
Or that.
Hey.
Our cousin Andrew.
Cousin Andrew.
Predicted Indiana was going to get an earthquake as well.
Uh-huh. Okay, he got it right.
Jersey Comic Crew podcast said that there would be some ridiculous climate issues, which they kind of got right because the entire United States is going through some type of weird-ass fog. Actually, not even just the U.S. It's kind of all over the world, some kind of weird fog situation. And then a Terrible Terror podcast.
Yeah.
There would be basically said like a conglomerate of idiots around the election, which there always are, but
we can't say whether or not
we
they
can't
are.
really say whether or not there was, but I mean, there's always idiots. You also said
we didn't predict the election was going to go that way. Like
no, we didn't really predict the election.
Be the nominees.
Yeah. You also said that there would be a huge deal about Taylor Swift breaking up with Travis, and there'd be a bunch of news about it.
There's no
you
news
also
on
predicted
them.
that Aaron Rodgers would be released from the Jets.
I think that might be true.
This was 2024. It's not 2025.
But their last game was not in 2025.
But was he released?
Or was it in 2025?
We don't know. We don't know.
Well, the thing is, they benched him.
But he predicted that they would release him. And then he also said the last thing is that you just said the MLB would have its lowest ratings ever, which I don't know if it did or not.
We don't know about that, about the MLB.
But those were last year's predictions. So a handful of people and a handful of things were right.
You misunderstood the question. Well, you can still answer. You can send it in right now. We're not answering them
or
yet.
Or you just put
it in chat on this
you
one.
can. So the bingo card could be things that you think that you're going to do yourself, like big events, or they could also just be actual predictions for 2025. It kind of goes either way.
Yeah, that could be a crazy item in itself, like just a prediction on its own.
I predict that I'm going to lose 100 pounds.
You?
No, I'm just saying that could be on your bingo card.
Binger?
It could literally be anything.
Your binger card?
It doesn't have to be these crazy conspiracy things. It could just be whatever you feel that you feel like you can mark off or that you're going to mark off on your bingo card that you're setting up for 2025. So, Joshua, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I got my predictions. I've got 3.
I had a 2.8 earthquake. We still had a fucking earthquake. I said it multiple times. I said
a win is a win.
A win is a win. We got an earthquake. I
All
didn't
right.
feel it, but we got it.
Okay, so my first prediction, we make first contact and it's legit.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth or do you want to just
keep going.
Okay.
I feel like we've already made first contact. We just maybe the release of first contact.
I'm talking about public first contact.
Oh, public. That happened a year ago in Miami.
That wasn't public. I'm talking about this is legit.
Everybody
first
knows
contact.
about it?
It's not a conspiracy. It's legit.
Okay.
This is it. This is first
this is
contact. All right. My next one. Nintendo announces partnership with Xbox. Game Pass app comes to the Switch.
Oh, that's large.
That's a hefty part. But
that's large.
Not necessarily a partnership, but announces we're going to put Xbox Game Pass on the Switch, where it's an application that you can launch, and it's streaming wise.
Mm-hmm.
Can be done. They've proved that it can be done. So maybe if it's not on the Switch 2, which we know probably. Bold prediction number 3. That's crazy. Vikings make the Super Bowl this year or the next. That's my 3.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and that one's not very wild.
But I mean, it can happen.
It can happen.
It can.
There is an outlet.
I'm predicting that that Kansas City loses their first playoff game.
That's a bold prediction.
Mm-hmm. I'm
you want to see it.
I do, but I'm saying it. Like, I'm predicting that. I think a lot of people are expecting them to win, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest, like, oh my God, I can't believe Kansas City didn't make it.
So the next time we record, we will know whether or not the Vikings are still in the playoffs.
That's my earliest
and
prediction.
The Chiefs are out.
Yep. Yeah. I predict not something that we're going to find out, but something we're not going to find out.
Huh?
I predict, because the question is, what are the damn drones doing up in the sky, and what are the orbs in the sky? Yeah. I predict that we're not going to get answers in 2025.
They're just going to disappear?
No, I think there's going to be more. I think they're going to start popping up literally everywhere, and I think we're going to get conditioned that it's just a normal thing, and we won't get answers.
So last night was a clear night here.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking up every time I took.
I'd love to just go out to our little spot is for where we watch the Northern Lights.
Hey, there was an earthquake there.
There was. That's where the earthquake was. Holy
this is
shit!
Crazy.
I
this
forgot.
Is wild.
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit.
The earthquake. So the earthquake where that we had this
Ohio
year.
had it. No, was it Indiana? Or was
it was
Ohio?
like right on like the Indiana Ohio border, like right before you get into Ohio.
Last week.
It was
like
within the last
ago.
couple weeks. Yeah. And. So I zoomed into where it was because it showed like the little circle where it was at, and I was like, so I zoomed in. I'm like, that is almost
where we go.
Like within walking distance of where we park our car. Just a random spot that we found there where we parked out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
To watch the Northern Lights twice last year, just out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, and that's where we found so we saw like that little orb thing
I don't think you talked about that on the podcast.
I probably didn't, but so when I don't think I said that because I thought people would think I'm stupid, but
because of all the stuff.
But now that it's all over the news and stuff, we saw one of those little orb thingies, like not a drone. We saw like the orb thing.
That was like what, October?
October.
Yeah.
During like the Northern Lights, and I have it on Facebook and stuff. Like I zoomed in, I showed you guys like the photos. I'm like, it was not a plane, it was not a helicopter, it was literally just like this glowing,
let me see if I can pull it up,
glowing orb looking thing, and it was really weird. And it was silent, didn't make any noise, and we were just like, we're just gonna keep that to ourselves. And I took a video of it, and before all this thing before orbs and drones and stuff became popular, I was like, this is stupid, so I deleted the damn video. So screw me, right?
Did you make it public or private on your Facebook?
I don't make anything public on my Facebook.
You're right. I'm looking for the photos.
But yeah, it left like this weird trail, and it was different colors, and I don't know, it was really weird. But anyway, so right there was exactly where the earthquake was, and I was like, oh, how creepy is that? So I'm like, if we would have been out there stared at something, we would have maybe felt an earthquake. I don't know. Patrick and Crystal, can we feel a 2.8 earthquake?
2.8. That's a good question.
I don't know if that's something I don't know what level it is that you can actually feel it. My guess is yes. My guess is probably anything over a 2, but I don't know how the scale goes. So anyway, so that's my prediction is that we're not going to get answers on the drones this year. We're not going to get answers on the orbs. I think it's still going to be the government says that they know what they are, and they don't know what they are, but they're not dangerous, and to leave them alone, and don't pay attention to man behind the curtain kind of thing. I think they're going to start popping up literally everywhere and just become the norm. That's what I think. So I said that. I said about the Chiefs. What was the other thing I was going to say?
I can't go to that. God dang it. I can't go to your link.
The other big thing was AI. So I think that there is going to be some type of huge, you know how like when the iPod was announced?
Yeah.
And it was like this next gen kaboom thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to have that this year with AI.
It won't pull up on my computer.
I mean, like AI is, getting planted in everything, but I think we're going to have either some type of a device. But all right, so Siri. Do you remember when Siri was announced and how big that was? I think we're going to have like a next gen Siri.
They just keep on saying, "Oh, this is announced and this is announced," and like all these different AIs. We just don't really know. Oh, that's right. ChatGPT 5 is coming out already. You can't predict that. I told you.
No, not that. Like I think there's gonna be.
That's what 5 is.
I know, but you know how you talk to Alexa, you talk to Siri, you talk to
That's what
Google.
5 is.
I
It's
think we're
gonna
gonna
be
have
the
like
smartest AI we've had yet.
I think it's gonna be topping that. I think they're gonna
Not
call
this
it
year.
Yes, I think
No.
they're gonna call it some type of name. It's gonna be released by Apple.
You just don't like the fact that it's already been announced.
Not that.
ChatGPT 5 is already a thing that's going to be coming out. That's going to be the biggest AI we already are ever going to have ever. Nothing's going to top it right now.
Okay.
I'm talking about the amount of like whatever they're putting into it. Google's doing some, yes. Apple's doing some, yes. And so is Microsoft. They're doing all their own.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be.
They're not enough.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be Apple, and it's gonna be like another Siri or something. It's gonna be like a big name, like
I'm already telling you, you're
a person's
wrong.
name.
Apple's not going to put that amount into it. They're just going to invest in it. They're not going to do it themselves.
Okay.
They'll buy the company.
All right, that is a prediction for me. But
All right, well,
that's it. That's all I got
Discord
for my
here.
predictions.
We got one from Arrow. He said, "I'm definitely thinking about wrestling for Create a Pro." I'm gonna guess that's a company. I thought about going there last year, but stuff happened. Pat Buck, who must be a big name in the company, emailed me the application, but I didn't fill it out just yet. But once I feel comfortable enough to sign that application, I'll do it because I know how much it'll skyrocket my career. Well, I mean, the thing is, you were afraid to fill out anything to move forward on your career, like as far as move into something else. Now look at where you're at.
I was terrified.
You can understand the terrified feeling.
I was terrified, but you know what? You're not going to go. So one thing that the band that I follow, From Ashes to New, one thing that they came out and they said, that one of the frontmen said for his 2025, he said, "I'm going to get comfortable with the uncomfortable." So meaning like if you stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to explore anything new. So tackle something new, face new challenges, like push yourself kind of thing.
Right.
If you're uncomfortable going skydiving, try it. Like, are you uncomfortable because you're of the idea, or do you know, that kind of thing? Like, take big jumps, big challenges, you know, figure out who you really are.
Yeah. All right. I was going to go to, I don't think, there's nothing else on Discord. Do you have other answers?
I do.
Okay.
We have got oh, sorry, my last prediction. By the end of
I thought you already did 3.
By the end of 2025, it'll be federally legal for marijuana.
Oh. I guess so. I mean, if they really want to push
I'm
that.
just a prediction, just a random prediction. I think it's going to be federally legal for the United States.
Okay.
Let's just see here. Jersey Comic Crew podcast.
Shout out to them.
Honestly, all of it. It's terrifying. Nothing is off the table, including moving overseas for me.
Oh.
Wow. So I'm like, they think we're gonna have crazy year.
Well, you and I don't really have, after, I would say, next month, planned out at all.
Nope.
Other than, like, the concert we're going to.
Like, we have certain, like, events and stuff that we're gonna do, but it's like...
That's it. That's the only thing we have planned this year.
Yep.
Oh, we have 2 cons. You've already signed up for one that you're going to in March.
2 to 3.
Oh, that's right. 3, because we're also going to be going to Chicago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we have
2 to 3 cons.
Maybe 4.
Two of which I will bring.
Pyramid Head is going to 3.
Pyramid Head what?
Pyramid Head's going to 2 for sure.
But yes.
If we go to a third con,
if we go to a third con and we go
that
multiple
con.
days, she'll go 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, like, she won't be going to Indie Pop, but she'll be going to C2E2. She'll be going to Indiana Comic Con if you go.
Yeah.
And then if we go to a third con.
Okay.
You'll definitely take her too.
Yeah.
I got Nymeria on me today.
Maria.
She never visits
We've
me
got
on the show.
Terrible Terror podcast.
Shout out to them.
We'll see the collapse of certain states this year as inflation continued to rise without stopping. Ooh, that's a good. Not
certain
a good one,
states,
but
huh?
Yeah. Not sure which ones, but I'm sure it'll be those that are more reliant on support from other states. Also, dead internet theory will no longer be a theory and will take over social media. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What's dead internet theory? Can you explain that, Brian, if you're still in chat? That sounds interesting.
That does.
And then there was definitely here. Hold on, there was another one.
You got one from your dad on Facebook, Jeff.
Yes. We've got Patrick.
Oh, shout out to the Solus64.
Yes. Paranormal Activity Podcast. Nothing too crazy at the moment. Got a couple of concerts and a Disneyland trip planned. If you guys want to come to the West Coast, then showing you guys around for sure. Aw, never been to the Bay Area, babes.
Very true. We have not yet.
You know, that's kind of on the bingo card this year, to be honest. Like, it kind of was last year, but
we had
there was a lot going on.
Everything else happened.
Everything else basically happened. There's a couple other answers that I have here. Okay. We got an answer from my mother.
Okay.
So what's on her bingo card is she's going to, or hopefully she'll make it to Alaska. She's doing an Alaskan cruise this year. She also is going to be planning a trip to Disney World. She wants to see Billy Joel, Sting, Rod Stewart, and then hopefully get a knee surgery done within the next couple months.
Enjoy that.
So she's going to have an exciting and painful 2025.
Oh yeah, isn't she getting a knee?
That's
surgery
was what I just said.
Yeah.
My bestie Amanda says, I'm gonna be skinny. Not me, her. She said, I'm gonna be skinny.
She's doing
some work right now. I'm very proud of her.
January is when a lot of people start these things, and you and I have got
she started prior to the new year.
You and I have got to start on some things that we know we want to start on.
Yeah. You also said my dad has something on Facebook.
Yes. I can pull that up if you want. I have it right here. I did. Oh shoot, I don't have it anymore. You have to get it yourself.
Okay. It's on the PTO.
No, it's on yours.
Oh, it's on mine.
Yeah.
I gotta switch back. I'm sorry. I just figured it was on PTO.
Nope. Nymeria is just ultra in my zone right now.
Yeah, I know. She's probably hungry.
She's been like bothering me when she wants food. Nymeria.
Okay, there's the comment. Jeez. Okay. All right. From Jeff, my dad, he says, my main focus this 2025 is to finally buy the rental property I've lived in for 14 years and turn 60 next month. That's a big one.
60?
60.
My well, shoot. Let's see here. How old's my dad? He turned 60 what?
I don't know. How old are you?
Hold on. I can do the math here. 5.
My mom is 50. So gonna be 56, 57. Yeah, she'll be 57.
Yeah, my dad's 62.
I think he's 62.
He'll be 62 this year.
Yeah.
I can't find my mouse because I can't close this. I can't change. Alt tab. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So, yeah, I think.
We also said Patrick in chat said Josh and Alex are going to become parents.
Ooh. We've been talking about that for the past couple of years now.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, Patrick.
It's a bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction.
We don't hate that one.
I don't hate it, but
we don't know
it's
when
it's
we
not
want
off the
it.
table, but
yeah,
it's also not.
It's not timely yet.
It's not. Yeah,
but
it's a little early.
We also don't have anything going on right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not. We also don't have anything else going on right now, is what I should say.
Patrick is a strong name, by the way. It is a strong name.
I have a cousin Patrick named. I have a cousin named.
You know, I don't know if I have anybody in the family with the name Patrick.
You have a request there. Did you press it?
Yeah, it says another moderator just handled this for some reason. Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah. Apparently that's hidden, but it won't show.
I don't know. I don't know why it's hidden.
That's okay. That's all right. I think we.
Oh, the dead internet theory.
Oh, what is that?
Is the theory that social media is filled with AI chat bots that just talk to each other.
Oh.
Oh, you mean instead of like people?
Well, there's stuff behind that where like I can see that being a thing, but yeah, I don't know.
They really want me to do Lady Krampus.
No.
It'll take a long time to make that if I end up doing that.
I
don't know if it would be ready by the time I would go to like a con in the spring. It would be something I'd be able to get done by like
you don't have anything
year.
planned yet.
I don't. But that's kind of like almost the way Pyramid Head was, though.
Nah,
Pyramid
you started
Head
in
was
December.
I did, but like a lot of people were bugging me because I did not know what I wanted to do, and it just kind of happened. So. And it's a little bit more difficult this year because I hit such a peak and I need to be able to have that grind and that willpower to do my next cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's going to be up to me to do that. Let's see here. That's funny.
Pixel's going to join the show for a sec too.
You guys are in your late kind of there, getting close to mid-30s. How long are you gonna wait?
It's not a waiting game. It's not
a waiting game.
It's a happenstance game.
It's a what?
Happenstance game. But happening chance, maybe whenever it happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not a waiting game.
We never really tried.
Yeah, we've never actually just tried.
No.
We don't know how.
Got to figure that out.
We gotta do a quick Google search.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch a few videos.
Time to plug it in, Alex. Do you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yeah, if you'd like to watch me in game, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Right now you can catch me playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Marvel Rivals is definitely going to be on the list. I don't know, whatever else floats my boat that day.
We gotta finish Dead Island 2 eventually.
Yeah, we got with Patrick. We need to finish Dead Island. Like, we're so close. We're so close. We need to.
We never went back to it.
We also need to be getting back on a Borderlands 2. We need to finish that because I just experiencing that with people that have not played it before is so much fun. So.
Yep, I agree. As far as my stream goes, it's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can follow me there. I'll be live on Thursday night and Saturday morning for now. That's my regular schedule. It might change eventually here in the future. We'll see. But as far as like additional streams, things are looking up eventually. We'll see. But if you want to see me there, I'll be streaming. I guess I'm just right now. Marvel Rivals is the game I've been playing. I don't really have any like set to go on anything else just yet, but I mean Thursday can always change. Something else can come up. I'll play something else. There's always Fortnite, Fall Guys. Those are go-to games, but there isn't really like something I'm looking majorly forward to right now on stream. But just whatever I play. So if you guys want to follow me there, I'll be live there. As far as our podcast goes, we'd like it if you guys hit the like button on this video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when we're live, which is every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X. You can follow us, PTOUnlimited, PTOUnlimited_podcast on the Instagram. Check out our merch. The PTO Fantasy winner will be getting a shirt in the mail here shortly. I should be ordering it sometime this week. So just got to get the information of where to send it to, and then also just get it ordered and sent. That's all. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Cute_kitty.
On a final note, I don't know if I really have anything right now. Do you have anything?
No.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope you guys, if you have any resolutions, keep them. Do not let everybody know your resolutions. It is an actual, like...
I wish I actually said... Like, I watched the podcast from last year.
Yeah.
And you told me, don't say that out loud. Just announce that you have them. And so I announced it, but I didn't announce what they were. And now I wish I would have known what they were. Because I want to know whether or not I did them.
Right.
Because I did say I had a personal one, a work-related one, and a project, like, sound like a cosplay related one. I'm gonna guess it was that because at that time I was already working on Pyramid Head.
To win, I'm guessing.
Maybe. I don't know. I really wish I would have said it out loud.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe that was
would
a
have
bad look.
jinxed you, is what we always say. So I'm just saying, like, I kind of have an idea of something I want to get going and personally, and I have a few other things I want to do for myself this year, and it's always a good transition period for 2025, or I'd say when the new year
You know what
happens.
I think is on your bingo card that you didn't announce?
What's that?
My tattoo.
That's not like a crazy prediction. It can happen. Hey, buddy. He's staring at me.
I know. He's like, when are you going to feed me?
But yeah, so I'm going to set you down because I got to get out of here. Go on, Pixel. But yeah, we're going to get out of here, and you guys have a happy new year. The reason why you don't want to say your prediction or your resolutions is because you don't normally keep them if you spout them out to everybody. But if you at least, tell your significant other or friend, they can motivate you.
Yep.
But we're going to go, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we will see you in a couple weeks. 14th, I believe, is when we're live next. So you guys have a good one. Bye, guys.